What it do? Shontel Anestasia back with another chit chat. Alright guys, so today we're gonna talk about the toxic and sometimes unfavorable side of Scorpio. And I'm going to save the best for last. So make sure you finish to the end because I'm going to make them juicier and juicier. You're going to be like, oh, ish, that is Scorpio. Alright. Now before we get this bad boy rolling, make sure you subscribe. Click that red link right there to the right. Yeah, just click it. Alright, thank you. Alright. Also, if you follow Vedic astrology, sidereal astrology, or even tropical astrology, because there's a lot of different astrologies out there, this will pertain to either or. Alright, so I'm going to be talking from a high perspective. Alright, let's get this ball rolling. First thing I'm going to talk about is eye contact. Now what I'm going to do is give a trait and relate it to something in my life so you guys understand. Also, forgot to mention, I have a Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Mercury, and a Scorpio Mars. My Sun is in Vedic, it's Anurata, I believe I'm pronouncing it right, Mercury in Jyestra, and my Mars is in Vishaka. So yeah, I have a lot of Scorpio energy, so I'm able to speak from experience. So the first thing we're going to talk about is eye contact. Eye contact can make a lot of people uncomfortable for several reasons. However, Scorpios are known to have a very piercing eye contact where they almost don't blink and or they're almost looking through your soul. Now, some Scorpios do it for a lot of reasons. When I really like somebody, I'll give them eye contact. Like, I want to look at you. When you're talking to me, look at me. I want to look at you because I like you. If I'm unsure about somebody, I probably won't give a lot of eye contact. If I don't trust somebody, I'm going to give them a lot of eye contact because I'm trying to figure them out. And if I don't like somebody, if I don't like someone, I don't give any eye contact because I just don't want to talk to you and I can't fake it. So to kind of stem off of eye contact, when you're speaking to a Scorpio, someone with a lot of Scorpio placements, so this is not just your sun, I'm talking about your other placements, so your sun, your moon, your rising. If someone has a lot of Scorpio energy in their chart, they're really going to show these traits that I'm going to go down this list. Right, so when it comes to Scorpio, we're very good at reading body language. And a lot of people say, oh yeah, I can read body language, but no. We will almost overthink it. And sometimes our overthinking is correct. Everything from your feet placement when you're talking to us, what you're doing with your hands, if you're playing with your hair, how you're blinking, what you're looking at, everything. If you're swallowing a lot, like I will notice everything. For example, if someone is talking to me and I see every time they talk to me, they're always with their arms crossed and their feet are parallel this way. When I'm standing this way, I can tell they don't want to talk to me and they're uncomfortable. When I'm talking to them, they're leaning in and touching me and like really engaging with me, they like me.
Hi, Miss Parker. Hi, boy.
That's one way we can tell someone likes us, when they're touching us. Now, we don't like being touched by everybody. That's a whole nother topic, alright? And that's also Virgo. Virgo does not like being touched by a lot of people. So the next thing I'm going to jump into is possessions. You will find people with Scorpio dominant in their chart, a lot of Scorpio in their chart, that they like to have a lot of possessions and they don't like other people touching it and using it and taking it. And that comes from being ruled by the 8th house of other people's items, collecting. So what you will find in a lot of celebrities with very prominent Scorpio in their chart is, drum roll, tax evasion. Yes, I said that 2-letter word, tax evasion. And one celebrity I actually looked up and I wanted to see what his chart was, is Ja Rule.
Big chips, 'cause baby, I'm from New York, New York. I'm from the city of the terrorists. Yes, I'm from New York.
Now, he was born, I think, February 29th. I don't have his birth date in front of me, but in sidereal astrology, that actually makes him an Aquarius sun, and I did not have his exact birth time. Okay, so this is the birth chart of Ja Rule. I used the I am Namsha Lahare as well as whole signs. You can see here, it's crazy. He has his Venus and Mercury in the third house. A lot of rappers have strong third house. That's Mercurial energy. And he also has a Scorpio rising. But based on his traits, he did the side smirk. He has a lot of tattoos, just what he raps about. I was able to get his birth time almost to a T, so his chart was a guesstimate, but guess what came out? Scorpio rising, and I found that interesting. So Ja Rule is convicted of tax evasion, and I do not know what his reason behind it, but it's true. You know, we want to keep what's ours, and the more we have of it, the better. So sometimes why would you want to give it up if you can get away with it? And I will not lie. I'm gonna keep this straightforward. When I was a bartender, I was making a lot of money off the books, and at that point in my life, I had no reason to pay my taxes, right? And it weighed on me. I was so scared. It weighed on me, but it's just I was in that place where I needed to make as much money as possible and keep it. And I was not making millions and billions of dollars. I wasn't even making six figures. I was close to it, but I definitely wasn't making it. So I matured, and maybe like 4 or 5 years down the line, I hired my ass an accountant, a public accountant, and I had her do we sat down, we did all the taxes I missed, and it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders, because I knew I eventually had to do it, because I don't want the IRS knocking on my door, and I know when the IRS and the government wants their money, they will come knocking. So I took care of that, but that's a toxic Scorpio trait. Sometimes we can get just gimme. We just want so much stuff, power, control, that we just don't obey the law sometimes, all right? Next thing on the list is the truth. We all know the cliche saying, the truth will set you free. Now, a lot of people have it in their head that every Scorpio lies and every Scorpio is like untruthful. No, that's not actually true. You will actually find a lot of Scorpios that will give you the raw truth, and it can hurt, and that's why some Scorpios have a bad rep, because they can say things and you're just like, ow, that stinger comes out and we sting you, but it's the truth. So I apologize that the truth hurt you, but I told you like it was. I kept it a buck. There's a higher vibrational Scorpio, and then there's a lower vibrational Scorpio. You know, someone who's more mature, someone who's not immature. So people are going to have different traits. When it comes with the higher octave of Scorpio, we are not going to BS, right? We're going to keep it real. And I'm the type, I want to know the truth. If you are cheating on me, if you are stealing from me, if you killed my dog in the 5th grade, tell me. Just keep it a buck. Tell me. I will respect you more if you tell me, right? If you don't tell me, and I find out from somebody else or another source, or it comes to me, that is the betrayal. And that's the part that's 99.9% unforgivable, because you had the opportunity to tell me. You looked at me in my face for how many days you saw me. Phone line. There's so many ways to communicate nowadays. Pigeons, whatever, smoke. And you didn't tell me. That's what hurts. And the one thing that Scorpios do is that if someone asks us something like, yo, you called me at 3 a.m., are you okay? We will be like, oh, you know what's so funny? I was watching the show at 3 a.m. and, yo, this cat did a backflip. Isn't that crazy? And the person would be like, oh, shit, that is crazy. And then we just changed the topic. So we didn't lie, but we didn't tell you the truth. We just avoided the question. And that's a trait that Scorpios do. I've done it, avoided the question. If I want to talk about it, I avoid the question. I'm not going to give you a lie, and I'm not going to really give you a straight answer. So, yeah. It happens. But if it's someone I care about and like I'm keeping a buck with them, I will just tell them the truth. Like, look, yeah, I called you at 3 a.m. because I was going through it. I was on my shower crying, and yeah, I needed someone to talk to. And I'll keep it a buck. Alright? Next thing on my list is obsession. Everybody knows this. Obsession. Scorpios, we can obsess over things. And it's where it stems from is wanting to get to the root, the very bottom, the apple seed, the atom of something, if that makes sense. Getting to the bottom. If someone says, this is very cliche, the sky is blue, we will want to know what's making it blue. Cool, it's blue. I see it's blue. Why? Okay, it's reflecting off the water. Okay, so what's making it reflect? And we'll keep going and pulling until we get to the very bottom. We'll find our own truth. I do not want to hear everyone else's truth. I want to find my own truth. And the obsession could be a good thing or a bad thing. We can obsess over people, experiences, things, almost anything. I can get obsessive when I start a hobby. And it can turn into a passion. And that's what that passion comes from, where I'm just going to perfect it. So, for example, I'm a longboarder. I've only been skating for about 13 or 14 months, but I'm obsessed with it. I will practice so much. In my head, I'm doing tricks. I'm watching YouTube videos almost all day, staring at how the way people are moving the board so then I can replicate that and do the same longboard trick. I get obsessed about it. Do I get obsessed over people? No, because I do not hold a very strong attachment to people, because another thing of Scorpio, people have betrayed me so much that I do not hold an attachment to people. Either you're going to be in my life or you're not. What's for me is going to be for me. What's not is not. I let that go a long time ago. Have I gotten obsessed over people? Yeah. In the 8th grade, there was a boy I really liked, forgot his name. I got him a chocolate bar for Valentine's Day, and I was in that point in my life where I wasn't very attractive. I had braces. I was the only black girl in school. I had braids with beads. I just was, yeah. The guy was white, and he did not like me back. But I remember riding my bike past his house a few times, hoping he'd come outside so I can say hi. So yeah, I've gotten obsessive over people in my youth. I'm not even gonna lie, but do I now? Next thing, volatile emotions. This is a biggie. It's true. Like, you won't, if a Scorpio is, someone with prominent Scorpio in their chart is crying in public, French Connection UK, it must be really bad. It must be really bad. Like, mental breakdown bad. And I've had one of those. So, when it comes to our emotions, it can just be, I have a Cancer rising. I've learned to separate, okay, what it's like to be a Cancer rising and Scorpio. And Cancer rising, it's almost like I know my ebbs and flows. I understand it. But the Scorpio, it can just come. It's like that shadow self comes up and it's just like, oh, I can get so angry, but I won't project it outward. It will build inside. And I've had eczema my whole life. You can't really see it on screen, but I've had it on, like, over my mouth, on all my joints. It covered a lot of my skin. Probably like 50 to 60% of my skin growing up. Not until freshman year of college it went away. And I found out from going to so many dermatologists, it was through my emotions, my emotional trigger. Yes, I was allergic to milk. However, what made it worse was my emotions. I bottled up so much emotion the first 18 years of my life that it showed on my skin. So not until I literally ran away from home and I just lived on campus and I just started a new life, my skin cleared up because those emotional triggers were not happening. So Scorpio, a lot of the reason why you see some Scorpio just explode, it's not that we have anger issues. We just, someone does something, we bottle it. Someone does something else, bottle it. We bottle it. And what's going to happen if you keep on bottling something? It's going to overflow. But it just doesn't trickle over. It just goes, ba-boom, and we blow up. And it can be volatile. Like, I've broken stuff in my house. I'm not going to lie, because I've been so mad. I got so mad at someone because I trusted someone. And I don't trust a lot of people. I trust very little people in this world. And they betrayed me, and I broke stuff. Nothing valuable, because I like my valuables. But I broke something that was free, that I found on the street. I feel bad because I did like it, but I was so angry. And I just needed to let it go. Because I will never hurt a fly, an animal, anything else, right? But I just let it go. Next thing is trauma. Alright, so since Scorpio is that 8th house, secrets, trauma, the dark things that people do not want to talk about, what lies beneath the surface, a lot of Scorpios have been through some of the worst traumas.
The amount of pain. The amount of pain it took. I don't know whether to laugh or cry or both, obviously.
Whether it is, I don't even know if I can say this on YouTube, but you know the traumas out there, the deep stuff where you're like, damn, like, you get goosebumps, like, damn, that's pretty tough. And you'll never know, because a lot of us can walk around like myself with a smile on our face, haha, king, but we've been through ish. But we're able to prevail. We're able to transform out of it. Come out of that darkness and find that little bit of light and pull yourself out. So one thing, you'll find a lot of Scorpios, but people are heavy Scorpio, in some type of job where they're helping other people out there, out of their traumas, whether they're a tattoo artist, whether they're a psychologist. For me, you know, I'm a bruja. I'm also an aburisha in the Afro-Cuban religion Lukumi. So I'm helping women in that sense through my religion and through my spiritual, and through, you know, witchcraft or brujeria, whatever you want to call it. So you'll find Scorpios in a lot of professions that it's almost taboo in a sense, but it's getting to the root of something. It's helping people. It's pulling people out. Because Scorpio has been through so much resurrection, transformation, destruction, just those things that most people don't want to talk about, it is very easy to come to us and tell us something that you're going through. No matter how dark it is, we'll be cool with that. So there is a benefit in having a higher octave Scorpio in your life. You have that shoulder to cry on. Nothing you can say will scare us off, to be honest, if you're of a higher vibration and mature, right? Next thing on my list that everybody and the cat down the road knows is the sex drive. Scorpios have a very strong sex drive. I've noticed younger Scorpios and mature ones, lower octave ones, they tend to be hoes. To be frank, be hoes. Sleep with multiple people because they're constantly chasing that dopamine, that fix, right? That power. They almost like the process of finding someone. It's almost like a hunt, like a cat. Getting them, sleeping with them, and then they move on to the next person. And as Scorpio matures, you'll find that they'll be super selective with who they become intimate with. And they can actually we can hold out a very long time from sex. So another thing when it comes to Scorpio as well, we can use sex as a weapon. We can hold out for a year, 2 years, and if you get us upset, we can use that as a weapon against you. And Scorpio's, 8th house, all about genitalia, so that's why we do have a strong sex drive. And another thing when it comes to the sex drive, or just the act of being intimate with the person, we feel like we truly know who that person is because of just the rawness of the act of being intimate with the person. So that's why you'll find a lot of Scorpio, men or women, they may want to sleep with someone right away to just get to the nitty gritty. Are we compatible? Because that's when we truly know the person. I believe there's way much more that goes into it. However, sexual chemistry is very important. I feel like if it's not there, it's not there. You can't fake it, right? And there's more layers that makes up a healthy relationship, not just sex. So a mature Scorpio will come from that place and be like, yes, being intimate is important. However, I also need XYZ, but this is on the top list. Alright, so I'm going to end it with this banger. And please make sure you subscribe below. And I plan on posting at least once a week. And if you guys do not know, I post about spirituality, herbalism, longboarding, as well as travel. So those are my 4 tiers. So last but not least is testing people. I love testing people. It's how I know if someone's fugazi, which means fake, or if someone's real and they actually like me. And the reason we test, I honestly, I don't know, but we do test people a lot. We test their patience, their love, their honesty, their morals, everything. Because when a person is in a situation is when their true character will show. A person can preach, oh yes, I do this, I do that, da 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 da, blah blah blah. But when they're put in that situation, another person shows. So, we test people. So, for example, I own a business, the Urban Curvy Mama Shop. Make sure you check the link in the bio. I also worked in marketing for about a year, actually, I'd say 2 years in 2 different roles, but for the gist of it, I was in marketing for about 2 years. So, I understand the importance of marketing for a business. You cannot just put your business online and pray to the gods that business is going to flow, and there's a lot of different aspects of marketing that you need to input in your business. And I knew that someone else also worked in marketing. So when they asked me about, oh, how's your business going? I'm like, oh, it's going great. I don't even need to market anything anymore. Boom, left it at that. My test was to see if they were going to speak up and be like, no, like, you should be marketing. Don't sleep on that just because your business is doing well. Like, implement at least something. And they said nothing. And that's how I knew they truly did not support my business or care about it. They may have just put on the show, but they truly didn't. Another way is knowing the truth. I can know a truth of a situation for a long time. And I will not say anything. I want to see how long you will carry the lie. I want to read you when you come in my presence with knowing you're lying. I want to read you because now I'm going to understand. I'm going to read your body language. I'm going to read the way you're speaking. I'm going to read everything because now I'm understanding what a liar does, right? And way a liar may try to scheme. So I'll hold out on knowing the truth. And it's not that I will lie and if you ask me like, oh, I don't know, I would just play dumb. In a sense, I'm very good at playing aloof when I know exactly what's going around behind me. And it can be into my detriment because people think they're getting away with something, but they're not. I'm just playing aloof to see how far you're going to carry it, how far you're going to go. And then as soon as I confront you, you know the relationship's over. Like, we're never talking again. Like, you will be dead to me because you carried it on. You fooled me. You betrayed me over and over and over. And you thought I was stupid. People think I'm stupid. That's when those volatile emotions start piling up. I won't explode, but oh, that anger. Like, you really think I was a fool. Like, really? And another thing that it kind of goes into everything is that we're very good at wearing a mask. Very good at wearing a mask. I can be sitting with someone I absolutely do not like. I will not, oh my God, like pretend I like you. And I won't just be mean. I'll be in between where you can't read me. And I'm very good at putting on a mask. So if I'm going through something, I'm going through the deep, dark, swampy pond of my emotions and guck, and I just don't want to be around people, I'm very good at putting on a mask and going outside and pretending everything's fine. And it's a blessing and a curse because when we do need help, it's hard to find someone who believes us, find someone who can actually help us, and find someone who can handle what we have to say. And I'm about to wrap this bad boy up, but being a Scorpio has its blessing and its curse. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll be back next week with another topic. Please don't forget to read the description, look at my other videos, check out my spiritual shop, the Urban Curvy Mama Shop, and drop a comment. Tell me what you think. Let's chat. All right. Deuces, y'all. Ashe.